Why waste food when you can see people starving on this planet? Hey, and welcome to my video in which I'm gonna talk about food waste and how to prevent it. We all know that scenario that sometimes we buy too much, or other people buy too much for us, or we get stuff gifted and then there are always leftovers and we're afraid that they might go to waste. But before these foods actually reach that point of being waste, you can do so much with it. For fruits and veggies, there's tons of things you can do. You can make jams out of it just by cooking fruits. For thickening that paste, it's always helpful to use apples because they contain pectin, so it makes it stick together. Otherwise, you can also use stuff like agar-agar or also chia seeds and all. You can mix yourself some smoothies. You can cook soups or stews just by merely adding a lot of vegetable broth to your veggies that you have. You can make them ahead and place them in boxes just the same like with, for example, fried rice and stuff like that. So if you really have way too much, then you can do a meal prep for the whole week and you're covered and you don't have to cook anymore. Especially for those people who hate cooking, this is the best thing to do. This one is a little bit more exotic, but it is freaking awesome if you know how to do it. You can either do savory or sweet waffles or pancakes. You can also make big ass salads and share them with your roommates or also bring them to dinner parties. I love self-made sauces and spreads because you can always adjust them to your taste by adding different herbs and spices, and you also prevent yourself from buying plastic packaged foods. You can even dry veggies or fruits to have these kind of snack things like, for example, dried banana or dried tomatoes. Methods that pretty much apply to every single thing, also to already cooked meals or bakeries, is freezing. This literally always works, and I also do that with just mere veggies or fruits. My absolute go-to is freezing bananas because you can make ice cream out of it and it's the best thing ever. I also did a video about vegan ice creams up here, so you could check it out. It is so damn delicious because you can add everything like peanut butter or chocolate. And one advice, especially for breads, when you put stuff in your microwave that has been frozen before, it's usually not that bad to add a little bit of liquid. The crazy thing about microwave bread is that it tastes so much better than if you just leave it lying around outside. It tastes just like fresh. That's why I always give the advice when you really already see at the beginning that you have too much bread, then just cut it in half, put the half and freeze it, and later on heat it up in the microwave. When you put on a little bit of water, then the crust is still kind of hard and the inside is bouncy and perfect. If you have too much of one single ingredient, then look up recipes. There are so many recipes on the internet and you'll always find something for your ingredient that you have too much of. If you just have way too much and you're too lazy to do something with it, then gift it to your friends, your family, your neighbors, or maybe even put it in your corridor if you're living in a bigger house building, so that people can just grab several single items, which always works for me. If you want to do something good, you can even give it to homeless people. This is so much better than just giving them money because you never really know what happens with that. Some people, they just buy drugs or alcohol, so you're not really the best help. So usually it's better to give them something material like food. If you really reach that point where your food is too old to consume, then I would still say rather try to compost it somewhere, any place, you know, maybe you have your own composter, before entirely throwing it away and wasting it. So those are all of my advice for using up scraps. What are your advice? Put them in the comments down below. So I hope you also check out my other stuff as well as my social media channels, and then I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!